Iran had 3 Ukrainian targets locked in. The strikes were ready, then Kyiv made a phone call. Tehran claims it stood down after Ukraine called a Caspian Sea attack a mistake. No evidence, no named targets, no independent verification. But the message from Iran's supreme leader's advisor is unmistakable. Next time, the phone call may not be enough. Iran says it was preparing to strike Ukraine before suddenly calling it off. Tehran now claims it had 3 Ukrainian targets in its sights after a disputed attack in the Caspian Sea, but says Kyiv's explanation prevented a dangerous new front from opening. The claims remain unverified, yet they add another layer of tension to an already volatile geopolitical landscape. A senior advisor to Iran's supreme leader has claimed that Tehran prepared to launch strikes against 3 sites in Ukraine before cancelling the operation following what he described as an apology from Kyiv. The remarks were made by Mohsen Rezaei and broadcast by Iranian state media.
Forcing Ukraine to launch a ship attack, they also got in touch saying that no, this was a mistake, we made a mistake. Well, we are currently investigating because we had prepared to strike 3 points in Ukraine. However, after they said it was a mistake, since we are not truly seeking to expand the war and we do not want to incite warmongering.
According to Rezaei, the planned retaliation was linked to a July 25th Ukrainian strike on a vessel transporting military cargo between Iran and Russia in the Caspian Sea. However, he provided no evidence to support the claim, did not identify the alleged targets, and his remarks have not been independently verified. Iran condemned the strike on the vessel as an act of aggression and warned that it could not go unanswered. Meanwhile, Ukraine's security service confirmed the vessel had been operating while allegedly evading international sanctions. The tensions appeared to ease after Ukrainian acting Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha held a telephone conversation with Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi on July 28th. According to Tehran, Ukraine described the strike as unintentional, and Iran said it was not seeking further escalation. Following the call, Sybiha said he had held a frank conversation with his Iranian counterpart, stressing that Ukraine's military actions were aimed solely at defending the country from Russian aggression and were never intended to target civilian vessels or people. Sybiha also urged Tehran to avoid escalation and end its support for Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Relations between Kyiv and Tehran have remained deeply strained since Iran began supplying Shahed drones to Russia in 2022 and later licensed their production inside Russia, making Tehran one of Moscow's key military partners during the war. In the same televised interview, Rezaei also issued fresh warnings to the United States over the Strait of Hormuz.
Now there is no ceasefire, but our attacks have meaning. For example, we will by no means allow a second corridor to open in the Strait of Hormuz. Even if they bring an aircraft carrier, we will hit the carrier. If they bring military forces, we will hit them. For now, we threaten the ships not to go. Fortunately, many ships listen to our threats and turn back, and we do not engage. But some, who are clearly under complete pressure from the Americans, come. Well, they sustain some damage, and then they turn back themselves.
For now, the reported threat against Ukraine has not materialized. But with tensions involving Iran, Ukraine, Russia, and the United States continuing to intersect, Rezaei's remarks underline how quickly regional disputes can risk spilling into an even broader international confrontation. Kyiv's attack on an Iranian military cargo ship in the Caspian Sea has brought the conflict to the brink of a collision, where threats from Tehran could result in a World War III-style showdown to defeat Putin. The vessel was part of a supply line Russia has relied on since 2022 to import Shahed drones and missiles from Iran. The strike marked the first direct clash between Kyiv and Tehran since the war began. For Iran, this move was hostile and criminal, which cannot go unanswered. This raises the risk of the two conflicts becoming entangled. But what is on the table for the US? Ukraine holds the key to that puzzle. While talking to The Sun, Dr. Richard Arnold, an Eastern European security expert, shared how Ukraine may be positioning itself as an anti-Iran shield.
Ukraine wants to be in Trump's good books. Trump has shown a lot of frustration with NATO allies who have not come to his aid, and it appears Zelensky's almost trying to say, look, we're the better partner than your NATO partners. Zelensky is trying to build up the image of Ukraine as the Israel of Eastern Europe.
Adding on to this analysis, Professor Mikhail Alexeyev, a political science expert at San Diego University, said Kyiv's technical support to the US to counter Iranian Shahed drones is a calculated move to drum up support in Washington.
For Ukraine, it's very important to have the United States on its side. Ukraine needs to show Trump that it has the cards. This is one of the cards, that it can help the United States prevail in achieving objectives in Iran with its nuclear program suppressed and ensuring security in the Strait of Hormuz.
Moreover, Zelensky revealed that Russia has been feeding Tehran satellite intelligence to strike American military bases in the Gulf. The Ukrainian leader has pledged to share the intel with Washington after ambitions of both states are aligned.
There is a clear correlation between Russia's satellite imagery of these sites and Iranian strikes, both before the attacks, in preparation for them, and afterwards to assess the damage inflicted. None of us in the world should turn a blind eye to one very simple fact. Evil always seeks ways to make things worse and spread further. Russia must be stopped. This war must be stopped. Pressure on the aggressor must work.
Ukraine's efforts are finally reaping results. At the NATO summit in Ankara, Trump said he would grant Ukraine the game-changing license to build state-of-the-art Patriot missile interceptors. However, the growing alignment between Washington and Kyiv comes with its own risk. To balance out the power dynamics, Putin could pile up more support behind Iran and deepen the conflict, pushing it down the path of escalation. Alexeyev points out how Russia's war was a much broader international conflict from the get-go.
We have seen the way that Russia aligned its forces, counting on economic support from India and China, on military support with Shahed drones and ballistic missile technology from Iran, with troops and artillery ammunition from North Korea. Wars, particularly involving great powers, rarely can be contained on a regional scale.
Putin's biggest constraint right now is Russia's weakening war machine. Russia has suffered 1.4 million casualties since invading Ukraine in 2022, including an estimated 500,000 deaths. To deal with this challenge, Moscow deployed thousands of North Korean troops, and Parliament allowed even the most hardened criminals to be drafted. Zelensky has warned that Putin may order a fresh mobilization after September's elections, as a response to Ukraine's deep strike operations on Russian infrastructure. While Putin's ambitions may have stalled for now, owing to cracks on the Russian front, Alexeyev adds that more needs to be done to force him to backtrack.
Putin is very stubborn, and Russia is a big, resourceful, rich country. The pressure signals moves in the right direction, but it's not yet enough. A lot more has to be done, both in terms of supporting Ukraine with greater capabilities and in terms of repositioning globally against Russia.
Whether Zelensky's gamble pays off in Washington or not, one thing is for sure. The line separating the two wars is getting thinner, and neither side shows any sign of stepping back.